Hello, everybody. It is Rocco, your boy, coming at you once again with another Age of Sigmar video. For this video, we are going to be talking about this meme that's that way. That's been all over Twitter, Discord. My wife sent it to me. I don't know what she's trying to imply. Could I be bad at Warhammer? No. No, it's my list that's wrong. I'm not wrong. I know what I'm talking about. I have a YouTube channel, or you watching at home, you're like, yeah, I know how to play Warhammer. I watched someone with a YouTube channel. Yeah. Well, don't believe everything you hear on the internet. This isn't even really about Netlist. This is more about we got to go back to basics. We do. We just have to go back to basics here. It's one of those things where we got to have a heart to heart right now. You and me, camera guy. Um, Warhammer is a very hard game to play and learn. That's why you're here. And you might think to yourself after a rough weekend at an event and be like, oh, wow, yeah, I got thrown around. Obviously, I didn't bring enough maw crushers in my list. I only brought one turtle in my deepkin list. I only did this. Well, this guy on the internet or this woman over there in that tournament posted a result that went 5-0, 4-1, whatever, and they had this crazy list. So I'm just going to go out, buy all that stuff, play it, and I too will go and get a perfect event record and win the ITC. I will kick everybody's butt in my local gaming store. I will make sure my brother, eats shit when I go and play him in my basement Friday night when he comes over for pizza night. It's my one curse I'm allowed for that joke. Um, that's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. All right, listen. It's okay to be bad at Warhammer. Half the time I'm bad at Warhammer. Every time there's a new General's Handbook out, and I have to like relearn whatever it is that's going on. Also, how's the sound? I got a new thing for my microphone to help me not. It's one of those guards that goes in front of the microphone, so that I don't just scream at your ear and mess up my audio. Hopefully, it's going great, and this is all wonderful. Um, but listen here, dear viewer. There will come a time where something new comes around and you're like, oh no, how do I beat this? How do I play around it? A lot of the times, you just need practice against it. All right? That's it. There's no magic pill to swallow. There's no workout that will go and help me lose 100 pounds. I wish. Whew, do I wish. That's not how it works. We got to go and put in the work and our own little workouts and our own little sparring sessions and our own little, Pokemon gyms. I choose Shelly Baby Girl. You choosing a Cygor. Let's go. We need practice and you need to try out your list in a bunch of different ways. All right. And most people can only get a couple games a month. So I need you to know when you hear these big name people on Twitter or YouTube or wherever that have the free time, I don't even have that free time. I don't. I'm here. And I'm just like, wow, I wish I had more free time. Also because my friends also don't have the free time. And you know what? It's hard to schedule things as an adult. It is. But if you do have the free time, you can look out online for different discords and communities within your local gaming stores or the greater internet to look for games maybe over tabletop simulator, maybe discover a new gaming store. Because generally, here's what happens if you want to be the very best, like no one ever was, and win your own little first place trophy. Oh god, that's gonna look awful on the green screen, didn't it? Oh well, sorry. Uh, Step one: find a local gaming store if you can that has a regular meetup, a regular community. Just see what's out there. You don't even know what your local meta is, and you're gonna go out and try to, say it's your list. You don't even know what you're gonna be playing against. If we're doing tournaments, that's what this is aimed at, not casual play. This is not a casual conversation. You know that now. Step two: that store probably has like a local monthly, 3 day, 3 game 1 day event. Once a month on like a Saturday or something. Sign up for that. See if you got what it takes. Step three: you get a couple of those under your belt and you're feeling confident. And you got your friends with you and you got your own little gaming group. You got your own little uniforms on. And you're like, yeah, let's go take on the world. Go to that 2 day event and try out your list. Because at this point, you've been practicing at least once a week. And then once a month, you've gone to a different gaming store or two within a month, maybe. You know, you had a Saturday afternoon to kill. You didn't need to go run errands, take the kids to soccer practice. This is you time. Great. You know, try that 2 day event with your list. Because I'll tell you what, by the time you would have bought the Netlist that won last month's GT with whatever faction was out there, a bunch of people already have either thought of a counter to it to beat it, or it got nerfed into the ground because it was just egregious. So it's not worth just dropping $600 to just buy all the stuff to build the list, because by the time you build it and do it, even if you get it commissioned, it might not come out quick enough for you to actually enjoy it or learn how to play it. Because a lot of the times too with Netlist, which is why the topic is really Netlist, is you are going to run into a situation where you see the thing, shiny new list, someone came up with some cool combo, yeah, it looks great, you read about it on a blog somewhere, but when the time comes to play that list, you have no idea how to do it because you're not the person that came up with it. You're not even familiar with the faction that they used. You're like, cool, this is a neat, I don't know, Slanesh list, or no, let's say Gloomspite gets. Let's get some ingredients. Let's get like 30 squig hoppers. The rest is squig herd, and it's cool. It's got a lot of the models you like. You got all the movement trays. Squigs are amazing. They come in all these different rainbows of colors. They can be pastels. It's great. Take the contrast paint well. Threw in some Fellwater, Trogs in there. Life is good, right? It's mortal wounds and lowering the save characteristic with the troll vomit. Love it, love it, love it, love it. But do you know what the list is good into? Do you know what it's bad against? Just because someone knew not to charge your Fellwater Trog off so they couldn't unleash hell on the thing charging them doesn't mean that those Fellwaters are a bad unit. You should cut them from the list. Maybe you're just not playing it right. You might not be bad at Warhammer, but you just don't know how to make this list play good. And that's going to take practice. That's why the Netlist thing never really pans out, because, guaranteed it's someone who has that kind of infrastructure to play several games a week, let alone some people that just love Tabletop Simulator and play, 2-3 games a day. Bad hand. I don't do that anymore. Um, I don't have the free time anymore. But if I did, like back early in the pandemic, where, no one was working and everyone was online, it was great. Um, but it takes a lot of practice to get into all of this, and a lot of memory just to remember all the matchups and all the things. It's part of the reason why Magic the Gathering players can do good in our hobby is they've got to think of card combos and all these crazy things that come out, and they're not afraid to proxy stuff until they find the units they like, and then they'll buy the real thing and then just go out to these events and do good. And I'm not saying go learn a card game and come back with all the skills. I'm saying, hey, it's not your list. You just don't know how to play it yet. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I know that was a harsh ending, huh? Well, like and subscribe. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I just scared you off. We have a whole bunch of content to teach you how to play the lists right. Different strategies here throughout the channel. Again, like, subscribe, comment down below something you want me to cover for you. Because I answer questions. I love answering viewer questions. Almost half of our content is viewer questions, or from Discord, Twitter questions. I don't know. Just go out and say it. Again, this was a conversation on Twitter I had with someone. I thought the meme was funny. I'm like, oh, let's just make a video on it. If you want your meme or your question to be a featured video, just ask. You know, if we don't have a backlog, it'll go right in. If we do have a backlog, I'll get to it. And you know, just try your list. I have a quick rule of what I do with this. Play your list 5 times against 5 different armies. The first one should be an army that your list should be able to beat, and you go up in difficulty from there. It really helps to see how your army does in different situations. Can you come back from behind? How do you even try to come back from behind? What do you do if you have an unkillable, super buffed on a 2-up save unit in your opponent's army? How do you deal with that? Do you have mortal wounds? Do you have impact? There's so many questions to ask for your lists that go into the being good at Warhammer that most people who are good at Warhammer never even get good enough to ask those questions, and half the time it's just they rolled hot at a tournament one day with some dice. And the other half is they've played a bajillion games and they know all the ins and outs. It takes a while. I'll leave you with that more uplifting note. You can do it. It's gonna take a minute. Give your list a chance. And as I like to say at the end of all of our videos here, thank you for watching. I might need a new tagline soon, but until then, class dismissed. Bye.